This is the chase. Woohoo! Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Lorcana Sunday, and this Lorcana Sunday is off of the back of my set championship that I won first place in. As you can see, the Scar Enchanted promo is right here. Beautiful Scar. Now, in this one in particular, I decided to split with my buddy who also made top, So we were just like, hey, cool, let's just split this. Let's go home. Let's grab food. And then we will figure out who wins the championship mat later. And so, yeah. Now, with this, we were trying to figure out who got the Enchanted. There's a high possibility that this box and these 4 extra little booster packs right here have the Enchanted. We could not account for 16 packs of the case. Mainly because those were from some of the random people. We got a Sizu, we got a Daisy Duck, and then we got a Pluto Dog. They were... So, of the top 8, it was 6 different people of my team that we go with. 8 of us went there. Unfortunately, 2 of us couldn't make it into top 8. We had to cannibalize each other, which was absolutely terrible. With so many of us there, it was bound to happen, and I had to personally deny somebody their top 8, and then somebody else did not just do very well. So, with that being said, it's a decent chance that this box right here, or like I said, these remainder of the 4 packs have the Enchanted. Now, the deck I went with was the only green-purple deck that made it the top 8, or for that matter, top 16 in the Lorcana North American Championships. The reason why is I'm a big fan of green-purple. It is my favorite color combination. It is the deck I consider the hardest to play that is, like, good. Now... Is it like a super hard deck to play? No. It's actually fairly easy to pilot. The problem is there's so many different lines that you can go. You can go with like, oh, do I play Ursula this turn? Or do I wait a turn? Do I bounce the Ursula from the battlefield in order to play it? Like, those are just some basic lines. You could also have like, oh, how many 1-drops am I chucking? Especially because this green-purple deck in question had 18 of them. Like... 18 1-drops is something I was never used to. The most I ever played was 13. And even then, I thought that was overkill from way back when. And yeah, playing with 18 it was definitely an experience. And I somehow, still in 3 games that I played, did not have a 1-drop in my opening hand. After mulliganing for it. All 3 of those games I ironically lost. Like, it was very impressive. Alright. We're going to start off with left side. We all know how I feel about the left side. I think the Enchanted is, if it's in a box, 90% of the time is on the left side. We got a cheap BOGO. We got a Genie. Moles. Card Soldier. Spear. We got to Prepare Your Bots. Billy Bones. Owl Island. Captain Amila. And then we got a rare Rafiki cold foil. From that list though, it was so refined to just try to race your opponent alongside with just out-tempoing them into the ground. Now, is that a bad thing? No. With it being refined, it was just like, look, this is how we win. We don't really care about what our opponents do. And you cannot solve certain problems anymore. The deck ran no Elsas, which, again, that's part of the problems I couldn't solve. It ran 2 Cloud Racers, which was just like, this is how we're going to race people. We're going to give all of our people evasion for a turn. And then it ran just a bunch of 4-drops. The only change I made from the list is it was a 4-2 split from the Genies being 4 and the Rabbits being 2. The more I play with this set, the more I just don't like Genie. It's not like Genie is a terrible card. It's actually one of the better cards. But so many people are running hate for it that, hey, cool, let me just spend 4 mana to play this, or 4 ink to play this card, and it instantly gets answered, and you do nothing with it. We got a cold foil legendary, and it's one that we already have. It's John Silver. However, still nice to see. With that being said, yeah, you just play it. It dies instantly to like Brawl, Ice Block, Sizu. Sure, it replaced itself, but the amount of tempo you lost for something like that without it giving a bonus card like from the Rabbit it's not very good. However, I guess the upside of the Genie is if it somehow magically lives a turn or two, you're generating 2 to 4 lore. Hello, Go-Go, which is amazing. But from my experience, Genie lives 1 turn, dies immediately. Rabbit lives 2 to 3 turns, and then dies. You're going to get the same amount of lore, and it's going to replace itself. You could also sing songs with it, which, by the way, this deck had 0 songs. Yeah. It also had 0 locations, 0 actions. Ooh, Lilo. It was a 62 character deck. I played against 4 Amber decks that day, and all of them ran Daisy Duck, and one of them even said, I can't believe I hit only characters. And I was just like, yeah, neither could I, and was just playing it off. At the end, I told him it was impossible for you to hit anything else, and he was just like, oh, that feels bad. And I'm like, yeah, you're basically like, here, I'll gain 2 lore, you draw a card. It was awesome. Well, left side's about to not give me an Enchanted. This feels really bad. Personally, one of my favorite cards in the game. The reason why I decided to run this list is Lyle. Lyle Tiberius is... I love him. He is such a unique card of -1 lore every time your characters are destroyed, banished, whatever, however you want to say it. And Tiberius just feels really good in the meta, especially against hyper aggro. And this deck having so many 1-drops, a lot of them trading out constantly. Magic Broom, Chernabog, Diablo, if I could give it like +3 attack. Heck, I even threw Diablos into things just so I could draw cards in order to get answers or to quest harder. With a Lyle out, hello, our second legendary, and a cold foil rare Chippendales. Wow, that was actually crazy. Now that I think about it, my left side did not even give me a legendary unless it was a cold foil. And cold foils are not part of your hit rates. Ooh. This is going to be a 3-box legendary. That's kind of painful. Yeah, whenever one side just does not feed you a legendary, unless it's like right side, I always feel like it's a 3-box legendary. It's going to be low. It's going to be painful. Hades and then Honey Lemon. But yeah, in the tournament, I played 2 of my teammates in round 1 and 2. They were both running hyper aggro, yellow steel, Diggy Hole deck. If you're wondering why it's called Diggy Hole, it's because of Dwarven Mines. Both of them running utterly painful decks to play against. In the first round, I won off of the back of Lyle. Lyle minus 4 lore in the first game, and then minus another 6 from the second Lyle that I was playing. And then I lost round 2. He just ran me over. And then in game 3, I absolutely top decked a Lyle to prevent his Gantu from questing, and it was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna scoop and pick up my cards now. It wasn't a full top deck, but it was me drawing 4 cards in order to get the Lyle, and then playing it and just going, good game. Yep. In round 2, again, we went to game 3. Everything was going pretty well. My buddy made alterations to the list and put in whole new worlds with ukulele. This the top deck whole new world, after he was completely out of cards. I still had 2 cards left in hand. I had just stabilized the board. He was at 13 lore, and he top decked whole new world, went back up to 6 with the ukulele and a Smee on the board. And I was just like, this is gonna be bad. He just started overplaying his entire hand, and I could not answer it fast enough. The Lyle that I did hit kind of kept the game a lot closer than it should have been. However, it was still utterly painful. He just ran me over after that, and it was bad. So I go into round 3. I'm 1-1. Everything's pretty decent. I played against Purple Steel. I'm playing against Zach Bebbins' list from top 8 North America. We go to game 3. It was pretty close, to be perfectly honest. And I just got kind of lucky. I hit a goat and all my rabbits nice and early, and he couldn't control the board with my Lyles on top of that. So I eventually just drew too many cards, stabilized over him. Hey, I sailed to Azurite Sea. This thing is worth like $5 for some reason. Cold foil Azurite. Nice. And I just overtook him. There was nothing he could do. Gained too much miscellaneous lore from bouncing the goats and drawing too many cards off of the rabbits. All right. This is a sad box. We got 2 legendaries, one's a cold foil, and then one's normal. We got only the right side left, which I typically view as the weakest of the 3 columns. Hey, ukulele, you can go away now. Yeah, I'm guessing maybe the randos got the Enchanted. Dang. We got Sugar Rush, we got our second legendary with an Oswald, and then we got a Scrope. Round 4, I played against one of the decks that I was piloting for so long. It was green, yellow, discard. I did beat the Purple Steel player. The green, yellow, discard deck, we went to game 3. I tried to ignore his stuff. However, I know that the second he hits a Under the Sea, I lose the game. I tried to empty out my hand as fast as I could. And in one of the games, he had 3 Prince Johns out in the field. He hadn't actually hit a discard, and I knew it was only a matter of time. And in those games, I somehow hit all my rabbits and genies, and I'm just like trying to pitch them as fast as I can. He even bounced my rabbit, and I'm like, I'm not drawing. And he just looked at me, and I'm like, yeah, I need to empty out my hand as fast as possible before you hit all your discard. And eventually, he just top decked a You Had Forgotten Me when I had finally 2 cards left in my hand. And I was just like, well, this is where I lose. I was at 13 lore. He drew 6 cards, discarded my 2, and then Under the Sea me instantly. And my entire field's gone. I have no cards left in hand. And I'm just looking at this like, I'm dead. I decided to play 2 more turns just to see what I could top deck. And then whatever I top decked got, ooh, Maui Shark. This is the chase. Woohoo. Yeah. Oh, no. We don't talk about Bruno. Bounce back my stuff. Completely gone. And played a Muse. I couldn't keep anything on the field. It was awful. Wow, come on, open up pack. We go into round 5. I play against Blue-Red. Again, another person from my team. This is unfortunately the person I prevented from making top 8. I I ran him over with this deck list. Like, Diablo on turn 1 into Diablo, Chernobog, turn 2. Hello, Genie. Always nice to see you. That's like a $13 card for no reason. Mickey Mouse and then Mullins. And game 2, he won game 2. Like, I missed all my 1-drops. He hit all of his ramp. And then game 3, I just proceeded to run him over. Like, all my 1-drops came out. And then eventually when they died, I hit into my goats. I hit into my rabbits. I was just like, yeah, no, I'm... Nothing you can do, bud. And so I just ran him over. It felt bad. In top 8 cut, I, again, played all my teammates. I played the guy I lost to in round 2. Because he had a really high seed. I had a really low seed. I completely ran him over. I played against Baja Blast. Baja Blast is blue-green. It was absolutely awful. I barely won. It was bad. Ooh, last pack magic. And then we decided to split in top 2. He was first seed. He was going to go first. But we played the game later on for the mat. And yeah, I ran him over. This is the guy I played against in the first round. He did not want to play against me again, and I just absolutely decimated him. Lyle's doing all the work. No Enchanteds. Sad. I guess the randos got it, or the case was completely empty. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tournament pack entry of what I got. 4 legendaries, one of which was a chase, one was a cold foil, and the other 2 were in the pack, or in middle of the pack. It was pretty nice. Nothing crazy in the cold foil front. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rant again. Please, guys, have a beautiful and blessed day. Like and subscribe down below. It really helps us out a lot. And also check out one of our other videos if you have time. Please. Guys, deuces.